we came through with a design that actually brings the building up to the 21st century.
Yeah, it's a great team sport and exciting.
Instagram has made this really big world really small.
Hi, I'm Linda McHugh. Welcome to the November edition of Fort Lee Today on Demand. After a 2.5-year-long project to bring Borough Hall up to date, the Fort Lee governing body recently held a rededication and ribbon-cutting ceremony to unveil the newly renovated municipal building.
3, 2, 1. Boom!
The original building dates back to 1929 and was in desperate need of a facelift.
This is just one of many rooms here at 309 Main Street that have been completely rehabilitated, in large part thanks to the design, the vision, and the effort of our borough administrator, Al Rustano.
Whether it was outside, we've improved some of the accessibility things. We've actually improved the lighting outside so it is more secure and safer outside. We've moved offices around. We've had issues with elevator location, so we've replaced the offices in conjunction with the elevator. Our busiest offices are probably the court and the, from a general public standpoint, and the finance office. So we've moved them closer to the elevator. The court, now all one cohesive office right through into the antechambers, to the court offices, bail rooms, so everything is secure, everything is more cohesive. We think it's a better plan.
A historic building in that it was completed originally in 1929, and it's probably gone through 1 or 2 renovations over the years, but it's been a good probably 30, 40 years since the last time it was done.
At that time, the world was not what it is today, so we improved our security here. This is a very, very strong and well-built building. This will be here for another 200-300 years.
This room's used for a number of different things, especially the courts. We have probably one of the most active courthouses in the state of New Jersey, and then it also, besides covering our municipality, covers the George Washington Bridge. So all the traffic and everything else that comes through there comes through our courtroom.
I think what's most important, especially about these chambers, is that the lion's share of this work was done by local contractors. It was either done in-house by our DPW or in-house by our general services, many of whom are here. And when we had to go outside, we went outside to our local guys.
We were fortunate enough to have been selected to have been the general contractor for the project. We have a very progressive mayor and council, and with the development going on in town and the change and the business district and everything, and now with the Borough Hall to be included with that, it's just another notch in their belt of accomplishments.
Fort Lee Soccer League, which has been around since 1986, has helped introduce our young athletes to what is now known as the world's most popular sport. With nearly 500 players in the league, you could be guaranteed to find a game being played somewhere in the borough 12 months a year.
We have a fall season, a winter indoor rec league, and a spring season, as well as then summer camps.
And why is that?
Because kids want to play soccer. It's the biggest game in the world.
The kids get to build confidence and friendships, learn how to be part of a team. It's great.
We've gone to full-time coaching as opposed to parent coaching. The amount of kids in the league, we've had a hard time finding parent coaches, so we decided to go to full-time training, which gives all of the kids in the league travel as well as recreation, more opportunity to learn the game of soccer.
There are 4 main components, so socially, technically, tactically, and physically. In the session, so each session is a plan and a curriculum which is followed, so they have different topics each week that which improve their skills. With the trainers' experience and knowledge, that should help a lot.
I think it is better when you have actual, coaches, and you have people who are hired who maybe A, know a little bit more, and B, there's a separation, right? And then there's no favoritism.
We'll pull kids from here that are talented enough, and they'll come into our club travel program. So it's a good feeder system into our travel. And then the travel program is a feeder system to our high school.
We have no scores recorded. As soon as we came in, there used to be a league table and scores were recorded for all age groups. Now no scores are recorded. Once you take that away, completely unbiased approach to the sport, we can mainly focus on the development from that side.
This builds teamwork, leadership, how to get along and solve problems, whether they're on the field or off the field. The kids just come out here and have a great time. The kids are no longer interested in who won or who lost. At the end of the day, they all go home and they're just all friends.
The referees are all high school kids or college kids that have either played for our league or are part of our high school soccer team.
I played through like the Fort Lee soccer group since I was U12, U14s, and just playing with a bunch of these like referees here now. We stick together and we just decided to come back and help out.
The kids are getting excellent training. I've noticed the difference year in and year out of my kids getting better and better.
Two very well-known furry friends on Instagram recently paid a visit to Fort Lee. For those of you who don't follow Instagram stars Ralphie and Boss, let me explain. The parents of these two gentle giants quit their job and sold their house in California. Bea and Josh loaded up their RV with their 3 young boys and 2 very large bear-like dogs and headed out to tour all 50 United States. Now, when I heard the family made a stop in Bergen County, I reached out and invited them to the Fort Lee Dog Park. I will admit, Ralphie and Boss are as lovable as they are adorable. Just ask the mayor.
That's a sign of love. How do you
This is state number 16. We're 16 states in, and it's been a journey already, and I'm like super excited to see what's to come.
Yes. This family has figured out a way to, through their Instagram followings, they've been able to and are in the process of traveling the country with their beautiful family and their beautiful dogs. It's great, and they're teaching their kids some incredible life lessons.
I've been following Ralphie and Boss on Instagram for more than a year now, so for me, it was like meeting 2 celebrities today. These majestic furry pups have 198,000 followers. Come on, Fort Lee, let's get that number up to 200,000. Follow their adventures on Instagram.
We want to give you our Fort Lee sweatshirts.
Thank you so much.
We have a lot of followers. I'm certainly going to share with all my customers about these guys, and hopefully we can bring that number up to, 200,000 followers?
I'm just so happy to be here and that we could come and have people come and actually have a meetup and meet the mayor and meet you guys. Like, to me, I'm just it's super happy.
It's pretty awesome. Just kind of followed them, and it was nice to finally meet them, see who they were. They're a beautiful family. That's why we came to Fort Lee. We live in Mahwah.
We're from New York, Port Chester, New York. Bea and Josh were like the nicest people in the entire world.
So you came out just to see the dogs today?
Yeah, basically. She actually skipped work for a couple of hours to do so.
We met the Fishers about 3 years ago in California. Our dogs are from the same breeder, and so we connected over Instagram, and we've established a friendship. So when they did this amazing journey, we said, come and stay with us.
The McConvilles, who live in Demarest, actually met the Fisher family while visiting a relative in California. And that relative, I found out, was former Fort Lee Mayor Bert Ross.
These are basically Bert Ross's grand dogs.
We've had people in Minnesota welcome us into their house, in Wisconsin, in Maryland, in Delaware, here. Like, we've just had so many essentially strangers, but not strangers, because we have these relationships through Instagrams, just open their doors to our family, and it's been just so cool. Right. So neat.
You have New York City, you have all of these other places in between wherever they started and Fort Lee, New Jersey, but they picked Fort Lee, which is pretty cool, which also says something about our town, because we have a nice warm gathering for them, and we welcome them with open arms.
That wraps up our show. Thanks for joining us again, and we'll see you next time.